Hey everybody, it's Lynn here from A Bit of Birdsong. I just made a little booklet. It's one of the tab books, no sew, and I've made one with fabric before that I kind of just decided to wing it. And what I ended up doing was sewing tabs around each section, sort of like this, but then I get nervous and think, okay, well, I have to have tabs sewn everywhere. I like the way it turned out when I made a journal like that, but I was looking for how you actually do this with minimal tape, no sewing. And Kelly at, is it Book and Paper Arts? I love the way she teaches. She's very clear, she's very easy to follow, and it was a great tutorial. I will link that in the description so that you can watch that video. One of the things that I am so excited about getting back to is creating one of my image zines every month. I call it an image zine because I love images, and I just like making something really rich with images and poetry. I miss doing the blackout poetry with the book pages. And I thought what I would do is just sit down here and maybe paint or draw some faces. So I'm not going to try to show you a tutorial. This is just 6 pages of watercolor paper. It is a book of Canson. These are 9 by 12 and I cut them in half. So we would have 9 by 6, and that's a pretty good size. I love trying to draw faces. I think I've never felt that I'm great at it, but I reached into my vintage ephemera drawer next to me and just pulled this out. And I thought, you know, maybe I'll try some of these faces and get some fodder or some things that we can use in the image zine. So let's get this open. These are the Caran d'Ache Neocolor crayons. Jen, I think of you every time I use these. One of the things that I've discovered that I love are 8B pencils. Mars Lumograph, this Statler, I love these. So maybe we will start out, let's just pick one. Let's just pick one. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a challenge. I think you can still use your own style. Oh, and boy, doesn't that sound like a good old North Carolina name. Betty Lou Garner, Molly Gates. I kind of dig that hairstyle. So maybe we will start out with that one. I know you can't see the picture. It's going to be back there. So we're gonna focus on the Birdsong version, which may go up in flames, but let's just do it. So I like to make my little faces first with just this U shape. Sometimes I start with the eyes. I shouldn't say that because sometimes I do start with the eyes. But her face is kind of long because she's got this little poof of bangs at the top. And she's got this big old hair barrette over here. And then she's got these curls like this. She's definitely got one of these wavy sort of, what is that, 50s or 60s? So let's, there's a part here. I'm maybe not doing this the greatest. And the hair comes around like that. So she's got a lot of curls here. And then I think her eyebrows, not too close together, and she's got pretty almond shaped eyes, which I didn't do such a great job on that. It's mostly a shadow here, but see, she's got this line up here at the top, and then she's kind of looking this way. Oops. Well, it's all gonna work out in the end. And she's got sort of a little nose. She's smiling, but it's kind of a quirky smile. And got her little collar and her beads and her sweater. So we got to work on the eyes. That's right now she's kind of got crazy eyes. So, and there's kind of a line here because she's got some cheekbones. I'm not that good at this sort of stuff. And there's a line there. And it is kind of really dark under there. It's really dark over here. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. And I just do what I want to. So if whether these media are going to work together, we don't know yet. We don't know yet what's going to happen. But we're going to push on with this program. So it's light in there. Do I have, let's see. I do have an eraser. Does it work on this? Well, it's going to make a little bit of a mark. That's okay because we're just playing at this point. We're going to see what happens when we add some water over here. And we're going to give her a Carolina blue sweater. I'm going to go right over the tape too because I love that sort of texture. And her hair looks kind of blonde. Maybe we will go with my brandy paint set for that because, oh my goodness. I'm going to have to get another color for this right here. I'm going to have to because it's almost gone and I have so enjoyed this color. That's a color that Brandy picked out. And I'm thinking, so let me get a different brush. I'm horrible with this brush thing. I'm wondering, let's just go ahead and sort of exaggerate the color here. Let's get the cheeks in, and then I always use the water just to spread around some color. Probably shouldn't have put that right there because it is it's light, and even like under her eyes it's kind of light. It's darker over here and darker up here. And I think a lot of girls, she looks like she might have on really red lipstick. I'm sorry, her name is Molly. I'm sorry, Molly, because I did end up, let's get that blue off of there. I did end up letting her lipstick bleed outside of the lines, but you know me, we're not going to worry about that right now. We're not. Let's just spread this color around, and when the face dries a little bit, let's work on the eyes a little bit more. Well, she's kind of crazy-eyed. In her mouth, there's something, so this needs to be smiling a little bit more. And it's more rounded here. So let's just give her more lipstick. I don't know if any of you are, if you're familiar with zines. They're really handmade magazines, if you will. And e-zines started getting printed online. Now, when I worked at the Scrap Exchange, we would get a lot of physical zines donated, which was very fun, just to see, what people made. And sometimes they're a little bit garish. It's almost like comic book. And so this is not, once we take this and scan it and sort of digitalize, is that the word? And get it in the zine, I think it's going to be really fun. So let's just keep working with her. It's mostly dark right there. And I'm wondering if there's a way. Whoa! thing. Even if it messes up, oh gosh. Well, I would say she's pretty much done for, unless we just try to mend our mistakes here. I'm so sorry. So now she's got now she's starting to look like a Wonder Woman wannabe. Let's do this. I'm wondering just how much color. Oh, okay. Well, all right then. We pulled a lot of color right back off of there. That circle really kind of messed things up because it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, then let's we could just pretend like she put on way too much blush for her photographs for school. Or she has an allergic reaction to something. And honestly, I'm putting it all out here. This is the kind of stuff this is how you learn. So I think here's what I'm thinking after this. I still absolutely love these pencils, but I'm not used to using these pencils as dark as I'm using them. I've never used them like that. Let's give her a bright. Let's just go ahead and make her look like she's who knows what. It's really dark out here. Dark over here. Going to keep her because this would be in the zine. Don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to try. Now on the next one we're going to try something totally different. Haha, that added a little something. Oh my gosh, I love the Sharpie markers. We'll just go ahead and make this very cartoonish. I don't want to ruin, so her smile, really, let's see. There is kind of a dark line there. I think she does have on red lipstick. So she's already garish enough. We're not afraid. At this point, we're not afraid to do anything. So let's make her a little necklace. And let's put Molly at the bottom. Let's put a failed attempt at a failed attempt at 8B. Too much rouge. Remember that word? Kind of like her. She's doing her own thing, that's for sure. And we're just kind of doing whatever we want to. Maybe I should look for videos on how to use the 8B pencils. It's, you know, there's time. There's time. Well, none of us know how long we have, but what I mean is that there's no need to panic if you don't know how to do something. Just spend some time looking it up. Wow, she's been sunburned. She's been sunburned. There's so much more I could say about her, but it's okay. We're gonna stop there. Now let me do something different. Now let's take one of these faces and, oh wow, look at her. So if we just, let me start with the eyes and let me use the Sharpie pen because sometimes I do that. Let's do the eyebrows, and this eye's kind of slanted, you know? And so is that one. I think she's really pretty, but I may be slanting the eyes too far. And she's definitely not smiling. Got pretty hair. It's really parted this way, way over to the side, and it looks really thick and curly. So we're going to drop the 8B for right now. Maybe it's not meant to use those today. Sometimes things are just, it's not meant for that day. Sometimes things are not meant to be. And the 8B is not meant to be right now. Oh, I love that red spot. I really love that. That soaked through that. So Molly has on so much rouge that it's gone straight to the second page. Oh gosh. And I didn't realize there was that much on the brush. But let's just pat that, you know. Rinse the brush out again. And let's just put paint water over the rest of her face. And, ooh, for some reason, let's do a green sweater. And then, I always go back to that for the hair. I really love that. So I jumped over here. I started out with this and I said, oh my, I can't just keep going to that over and over. No wonder it's empty. Oh, and look at that. You can see the color running because the page is too wet. So let's do this. Let's soak that up. And that's going to be okay. And cook out tonight. Jason is getting ready to go to the store and get stuff, and I have cleaned off somewhat. I've cleaned off the patio today. This is the time of year where pollen is just crazy, and we have, of course, so many pine trees. So when I say cleaned off, it is not perfect by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. That's not the color that we need. Just wonder. kind of like her just like she is. Her nose is a little bit messed up, but she still has personality. Every little thing you do changes the face. Oh, hello. I do not need to ruin another marker. That seems to be what I'm best at out here. So honestly, and all of you know this, I have not had as much time to be out here as I used to. And I'm getting back into the way I do things, like painting little faces, all sorts of, practice and figuring out what works, what I like, what I don't like. So it's okay to paint something that you think turns out absolutely horrid. It doesn't mean the next one is going to be bad. So what is her name? Geraldine. I like her. She is a serious girl. So I'm not going to try to do any more faces. I think that's enough. But what we might do is maybe embellish these pages a little bit. I'm just loving this color so much. Let's go ahead and add more. Who knows, maybe this color will bleed through and visit Molly on the other side. That's such a beautiful color. And I'm wondering, it's a much darker color. Wow, that's crazy. Maybe we can look, just that leaves little dots. Fun. And let's just see what happens. I don't even know. This is called Decayed. I tend to pick up what's close by. Okay, that's cool. I like that. I like that. So that's fun. I don't know. We did end up with a little bit. So maybe I'll stop and just let Geraldine dry. There's a little bit more I wouldn't mind doing, but there's still some wetness there, and I do not want to ruin any more Sharpie pens. That's what I'm best at, it seems like. I have a lot of butterfly die cuts. And then punching these out and hoping to create packs of these for the shop. I do like that green. That's really pretty. Red. Hello. Could maybe glue that down. So even though, let me tell you about this image on the front. I don't like the way it turned out, but I'm going to leave it for right now because it's just me coming out here and playing and getting back into the groove. And I know sometimes people feel discouraged, like they can't do anything. I feel that way sometimes, a lot of times. And it's kind of good to see something just completely messed up. Something that you can laugh at. And then, we were talking about digitally, once you scan something or get something digitalized, it kind of changes it. And if we took this and shrunk it down to be part of the image zine and put writing all around it and explain what it is, it's going to be very cool. And then once you get things in a digital format, you can alter them. There are all kinds of filters, you know, all sorts of things like that. It's actually drying some. I don't want to do too much to this because there's something about it that I really like, just like that. Tells me I need a lot of practice. But I'm happy with this for right now. Maybe we will come back and add some words. Have all of this close by. Yeah, this is just fun. This is fun stuff. And very therapeutic. Well, I'm going to go for now. I hope this is an encouragement and not a discouragement to just play. Just play. I like this little book. And Kelly, thank you for sharing that tutorial. I'll put the link to Kelly's channel. I took these pages, cut them down, and put my little tabs on, and then I had an instant art book, and I'm going to have, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to have 12 surfaces here to create art for the April image zine. I'm really excited about that. So I will be back really soon. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.